Yo, what's going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and in this video today, we're going to be going over, in my opinion, what the 10 best budget skins for Counter-Strike Global Offensive and CSGO2 or CS2 or whatever the heck we're calling it are in the game. These skins are all going to be $5 or less. Obviously, I know right now there are a lot of new players coming into Counter-Strike, and I really expect there's going to be even more new players coming into CSGO2, CS2, whatever, and a lot of people are going to be starting out with smaller inventory, smaller budgets, or just getting their feet wet into the skin economy for the very first time. Maybe not necessarily wanting to go balls deep right at the beginning, but wanting to slowly get themselves into this, giant skin portfolio that a lot of the long-time players have. So you want to start small, and I think starting at $5 or less can still be a very, very great place. So I spent all morning looking for the best cheap skins that I could find, the best budget skins that I could find, and here are some of those. We have 5 pistols on the list today, 3 rifles, 1 SMG, and 1 shotgun. Obviously, the cool skins and the cool guns in the game are like the AK, the main rifles, the snipers, all that kind of stuff. But when you're looking at the budget, especially for the cooler budget skins, a lot of these aren't going to be for those main guns. You're going to have to go to the kind of smaller weapons. You're going to have to step down a little bit and work your way up to the really cool AKs, the really cool ops and stuff like that. But first on this list, these aren't in necessarily any order. These are just the order that I listed them for this video. We have the Glock 18 Water Elemental. Obviously, the Glock is the very first weapon that a lot of people will be using in the game. It's the T-sighted starting pistol, and it's a very iconic weapon, a very good gun, and the Water Elemental is one of my favorite Glock skins, really at any price, but especially at the cheaper price points. You can pick up the Glock 18 Water Elemental for $4.48. I think it's just a really cool, really clean skin. It's got, the red base with the blue kind of water stuff going on. I don't really know. I think it looks cool in pictures. I think it looks cool in game. It's kind of an iconic pistol. You see a lot of people using it because it is so cool, especially relatively to the price. This is one I think you got to pick up for any budget kind of loadout. Next up, we have the Dual Berettas Melon Drama. These ones you can get as high as field tested for just $2.58. You get some kind of creepy looking watermelon faces on these things, but I do kind of like how it looks. They say beware of sleeping on them. Like I said, it's got the watermelon faces, the smile. I just think it's a little bit different. It's a little bit weird. Obviously, what I'm going to think are cool or interesting skins aren't necessarily going to be the flavor for everybody else. Everyone's going to have some different styles, some different tastes. And this isn't necessarily my favorite skin in the game or anything like that, but obviously, especially for the price around $2, I think these skins are at least funny, unique, interesting. So I think they're kind of a cool way to maybe get some different looking skins, some skins that are kind of funny, also look kind of cool. Next up, we have the 5.7 Monkey Business. This is a super iconic skin. It's been one of my favorite skins in the game for quite some time. I love the idea of it. It's so simple, but it's so good. It's just a black gun with a giant freaking banana on it. It doesn't get much better than that. I think it's absolutely hilarious. I love seeing this thing in game. I love the name of it. I love this skin. And again, for as high as field tested, you can get this thing for $3.28. I think it looks pretty decent in game overall. It's a skin you're going to see a lot of people using, especially as you start climbing up the ranks higher, because it is iconic, it is funny. It's one we've seen around the game for a long time, and it's one that I still think you should be looking to pick up, especially around that $3 range. Next up, we have the P250 Asimov. The Asimov is one of my favorite skin collections in the entire game. On my main account, I actually own an op Asimov. I think it's like one of my, longer-term holds, longer-term investments at this point. Not that it's an insane skin for investing purposes, but it is just kind of a slow grower. The Asimov set is very, very classic. People want to call them the Nerf guns or whatever. So if you're able to get an Asimov skin at a budget price like you can with the P250 Asimov, I think you absolutely should, especially as a newer player, especially as a player on a lower budget. This skin is just really clean. I think it looks really cool. You can get this for field tested for $4.17, but there's also some different price options in there as well. Like I said, I just really love the Asimov skin line. It's always been one of my favorites, and the fact that the P250 Asimov is so cheap, I think you want to keep your eye on this one. Next up, we have the R8 Revolver Blaze. Now, the R8 Revolver, not a super popular gun right now. Obviously, when it came out first, it was absolutely broken, and since then, you don't really see a ton of it around, and you don't see a ton of R8 skins. You don't see a ton of R8 cool skins, and there are a lot of fire-themed skins in the game, but I do think that this one looks pretty cool. I think this one looks really good. This is one of the better-looking fire skins that's actually reasonably priced as well. You can actually get this factory new for $2.14 right now. I really love the fire design. I like how the barrel, you know, has like the lighter orange, the light colors, and then it kind of gets darker as it goes on. Yes, it is kind of just a black gun. It is kind of basic, kind of neutral, kind of not super exciting, but I think the fire looks pretty cool, especially on this gun specifically. And I think it was cool enough to make this list of the top 10, you know, budget skins under $5. Now, that's it for the pistols that I was able to find. We're going to get into the rifles now, and some of these I'm actually really excited about. This one is the Galil Rocket Pop. People call it the Bomb Pop, whatever you want to call it. Minimal wear, $1.98. You can actually get it well worn for 41 cents or field tested for 80 cents, and I'm sure the field tested doesn't even look that bad. But yes, you got the red, white, and blue action going on here. Obviously, the Galil isn't that bad. You know, the Galil can come in handy every once in a while, and having this red, white, and blue Bomb Pop, Rocket Pop, whatever you want to call it, skin, I do think is really cool. It's a colorful skin, which again, especially in the cheaper price ranges, you don't always get a ton of color or a ton going on with a lot of these skins. It's super common, it's super cheap, but I do think it's cool, and especially for getting it under $1, don't think you can go too wrong with the Galil Rocket Pop. I think it's a skin that new players and lower budget players should definitely keep an eye on. Next, we have the M4A4 Griffin, and for the price, this is one of my favorite skins in the game. You can get this for minimal wear for $3.06. You can't click on it, you can't zoom in on it on this website for whatever reason, but yeah, it's just an M4 with a giant freaking Griffin on it, and that's so cool. The art, I think, is really, really cool. I think it looks pretty good in game, and again, you can actually get this thing in decent condition for relatively good prices, and being a decently priced M4A4 skin, that's like one of the main rifles, is really, really cool. I think this is a way to get kind of your first really, really good rifle skin into the game. Now, these are a little bit common. They're kind of everywhere. You see a ton of them, but again, when you're on a lower budget, if you can get something with a cool design, pretty artwork that's going to stand out like a freaking giant Griffin on your gun, you should consider doing it. I think the M4A4 Griffin, you can't go wrong with. But there is another M4A4 skin that I actually might like more than it. I've talked about this in a video before, but the Spider Lily, I think, is just beautiful. This navy blue, black, dark, whatever we have going on with that red design just absolutely pops. I think this skin is beautiful. I love this artwork, and I cannot believe how cheap this skin is. You can get it field tested for as low as $2.50. Again, for a main rifle, an M4A4 skin like this, to be going for this cheap. Obviously, it must just be super, super common. There must be a ton of them out there. It must be really high supply, but I still think that this skin is absolutely sick, and I think anyone trying to get a cool skin on a budget, if you don't like the Griffin, or if you think the Griffin's kind of basic or not cool or whatever, the Spider Lily is also another option that you cannot go wrong with. Now, into our one and only SMG. You know, I looked through a bunch of SMGs. There are kind of some that I like, kind of some that I don't. I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of most of the SMGs anyway, but the MP9 Starlight protector I actually thought was okay. It's got a freaking unicorn on it. It's got some unicorns. It's got some sparkles, some rainbow colors. It's got a lot going on. Kind of, you know, maybe a little fruity, whatever, but also kind of badass. I kind of mess with it in a cool way. So that's why I had to throw the Starlight Protector on this list. I actually think it's kind of interesting. And for Battle Scarred, you can get it for $3.57. It's kind of an expensive skin. You know, factory new is like $40 right now. So it seems like there is a lot of people rocking with the MP9 Starlight Protector right now. And finally, the final skin on our list, the shotgun, is going to be the Sawed-Off Devourer. I think the Sawed-Off is actually a really, really cool gun that can have a lot of cool skins on it, and they do have some decent Sawed-Off skins in this game. And the Devourer is actually a pretty cool one for a decent price. You know, you got the eye, you got the teeth. It's got a lot of interesting stuff going on. It's got some colors. That's cool. You can get field tested for $4.17 right now. Again, this was 10 awesome skins, 10 really, really cool budget skins that anyone looking to play CSGO, CSGO2, CS2, whatever, and just starting off, or maybe just has a low inventory or low budget for whatever, or is just looking for some underrated, underappreciated skins, maybe to pick up some cheap play skins, definitely take a look at these on the list. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys' favorite budget skins are. I'd love to check some of those out. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.